Today we're going to be teaching measurement conversions. The one way that we're going to teach measurement conversions is through proportions. So it says Malcolm is using a inch/centimeter ruler to make measurements. Malcolm knows that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So complete the table with the equivalent measurements and round the measurements to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so we know for a fact every 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So inches, centimeters. And it's good to label it because you know where to put your numbers. So one thing I need to do is I need to figure out what's 2.8 inches. Well, it means 2.8 inches goes on the top and X goes on the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 2.8 times 2.54. And it comes, because you're going to cross multiply. So you're going to do 2.8 times 2.54, which comes out to 7.11. And then you're going to do 1 times X, which equals X. So that means my centimeters are 7.11. So for every 2.8 inches, it comes out to 7.11 inches. All right, so now the next one is we're missing the inches. So we're going to set up the same ratio. For every 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And again, it's good to label it. So then 11.43 goes on the bottom and X goes on top. So you're going to, again, your cross multiply. So you're going to do X times 2.54. So you're going to do 2.54 times X. And then 1 times 11.43. And so now this is like the same thing we were doing yesterday, and you're going to divide. So when you divide, you get 4.5. So that means for every 4.5 inches is 11.43 centimeters. And this is how we're going to be solving them today. You set them up in proportion and then just cross multiply, and that'll be your answer. So we're not going to go through it. I'm not going to read through this as well, but it says, do you think there will be do you think there will be more or fewer than 10 centimeters and 5 inches? Well, the answer should be no, because from the table up here, 4.5 inches was already 11.43. And so there should be more than 10 inches and 5 inches based upon the proportion that we've been using. So my answer is more. If there is exactly 2 centimeters and 1 inch, there would be exactly 10 centimeters and 5 inches. But there are more than 2 centimeters and 1 inch. So there would be more than 10 centimeters and 2 inches. And basically the same thing, just using the proportion we did. Oops, too far. Okay, next problem. Eva and her family are traveling in Mexico. The road signs are using kilometers, and they want to know how to find the equivalent number of miles. They know that 1 kilometer is about 0.62. One sign indicates that the destination is 21 kilometers. How far is in miles? So first thing you're going to do is set up the ratio that they gave you. So for every 1 kilometer, it is 0.62 miles. And so then you're trying to figure out 21 kilometers. So the reason why you put your units like this is because you want to line them up. So kilometers would go on top and miles would go on bottom. Well, I don't know these miles. You put an X. So you're going to cross multiply. So you're going to do 21 times 0.62. So 21 times 0.62 is 13.02. So it comes out to 13 miles, 0.02. And then 1 times X is X. So my final answer is about 13 miles, or just a little over 13 miles. Again, proportions will help you figure out the answers when you cross multiply. So next problem. Eva brings home a pudding from Mexico, and the instructions say to add 400 milliliters of milk to each mix, but Eva only has 2 cups marked off in fourths of a cup. So 1 cup is equal to about 237 milliliters. Explain how to use her measuring cup to approximate 400 milliliters of milk. So first thing you do is find the unit rate or the ratio that they're using. The ratio they're using is for every 1 cup is 237 milliliters. Or you can say for every 237 milliliters is 1 cup. So the answer is C. All right. So using the same information we did, so how would the ratio set up? You can set up the ratio of 237 milliliters for every 1 cup is equal to 400 milliliters over X. And so then it says after you cross multiply, what would the equation look like? So we had 237 milliliters over 1 is equal to 400 over x. So then you cross multiply. So it'd be 400 is equal to 237 times x. So the answer is A in this one. And then the next question will ask you how to solve it. So it says how many cups of milk are needed. So you have 400 is equal to 237 times x. So you're going to divide 237 into both sides. So you're going to divide 400 by 237, and you get about 1.68. Okay, equals x. So how many cups are needed? So the instructions say to add 400 milliliters of milk to the mix, but Eva has only a 2-cup measurement marked off in fourths. So 1 is equal to 237 milliliters. So so she's going to need about 1.6. Let's say 1.7. So she's going to need about 1.7 or 1.69 cups of milk. Okay, so the answer should be B. Other than that, that's majority of what we're going to be doing today. And then there's your homework. If you need help, just let me know. Watch the video. Get on your homework. If you need help with the homework, come to my Friday advisory. Other than that, have a great day.